If I die today, what will be my legacy? How will y'all remember me when my soul is taken free? If I die today, how many will miss me? How many will wish we would have grown till we was 50? If I die today, will I have any regrets upon how many lives will my actions have effects? If I die today, what will y'all say about me? Would y'all be proud or ashamed that you used to hang around me? If I open my eyes, will I see what's really there? Or will I be scared to see things that ain't fair? If I open my eyes to see another day sunrise, live life long enough to expect the surprise and the unknown, stretch my mind to the fullest. If I open my eyes, would I be blind to the bullet shot full of hate? Or close my eyes and just pass if I ask me why? I refuse to let life pass me by. If I stood my ground and face the crowd, let my breathing stop and my heart race and pound. If I stood the ground and not let the crowd trample me, if I stood my ground, you know how hard that would be to go opposite. But if I hadn't accomplished, I wouldn't be toppling. I'd be harder than the opponents on the gauntlet. If I topped it, if I not only taught it, but acted, breathed, and walked it. If I was one of the few who was not a hypocrite, live life on face, get on stage and start ripping it. One of the few who was known as the illest for real, and one of the few who don't know what a limit is. If I counted each bar and measure as my last, lived the present, planned the future, treasured the past. If I said what I meant and meant what I said, carried out my visions, living what I dreamt in my head.
If I approached the climax of my life and I asked, what was it worth? If I knew the meaning of life, knew how people were trite, would I regret my birth? If I approached the climax of my life and I asked, what was it worth? If I knew the meaning of life, knew how people were trite, would I regret my birth?
Yo, if I died today, how many will feel my pain? Will they say they had a loss, or will they say they had a gain? If I died today, will I be a memory? Will I wake in heaven or hell? It's hard to see. If I die today, will my family even check how many lives is this one death gonna affect? If I die today, will you remember my name because the love that I shared or all the pain that I gave? If I open my eyes to see what's really there, will I see the people I love or people that care? Or will I open my eyes to gloom and despair, to gaze upon an aching heart with heavy burdens to bear? If I open my eyes to the actions I've done, will I be reading the scripture or continue to run from the hurt that I feel when I'm surrounded by hate, feeding to my flesh incessantly? I'm ready to break, but if I try to run, I stumble and fall. And try to face it now, I'm scared of it all. Stop the fight now, I'm tired of y'all. You eagerly corrupted my mind, you blinded with all the times you're there and don't attempt to answer my calls. How do you think that makes me feel, yo? I'm beginning to fall, but if I had a chance to go back in life and rearrange it, I would. I go back 7 years, get up and change it from the very first time that I started to hate myself. From a time when I begun to understand hating itself. If I was a star, then would you hate me from afar? Or come to my face, injure me deep to leave a scar? If I keep asking questions but still get no reply, will I keep asking questions I wonder until I die? If I keep asking questions that pain me deep inside, then are all the answers I get a fraction of a lie that makes me think for a brief moment that I'm right? But suddenly the truth comes out into the light. It makes me think about the question, isn't all they right? Sometimes I feel there's too much things hidden in the night, but feel me now, I'm being real, this is the deal. There's too many questions on my mind, yo, I can't be still. If I can only reach those questions that enter my mind, is not the only question left to ask is why.
If I approached the climax of my life and I asked, what was it worth? If I knew the meaning of life, knew how people were trite, would I regret my birth? If I approached the climax of my life and I asked, what was it worth? If I knew the meaning of life, knew how people were trite, would I regret my birth?
If I'm famous by the time I reach the peak of my life, if I make it that far, I'll be surprised. If I rage against a machine, will the beast arrive? They can destroy the body but not defeat my mind. If I spent my every efforts to make my beliefs be known, never quit, and when they think I quit, I reload like a tree grown for decades or a queen bee's nest eggs. I put time in my rhymes, I invest days. If I progress on stage, forget dressing the best ways. Inhale hip-hop, never let the breath fade. People think problems are serious but their life's next game. Defy life, scream at the top of my lungs till death came to take me away. If I spit in the reaper's eye, like what you gonna say? You can take me away, but I'm never gonna fade. Take me from hip-hop, but you can't take it from my brain. If I depart this world, will it leave a mark or some resin with my music? Could I become a legend if I heat up the stage to 500 degrees Kelvin? Even better if I do it without becoming a felon. If I sold my soul to hold control of fate, but never experienced love, only hate. What good would that do to go through life one instead of two? If I found the perfect woman and instead she liked you, if I only spit half as hard as I can, it might do. If I out-rhymed you every word just to spite you, if I defied every try to keep me from touching the clouds, words traveling, reaching hearts, touching the crowds. Cause if I knew what I was gonna be doing in 10 years, would I be doing what I'm doing now, or change gears? Cause if I went all out, how could you say I wasted my life? And if I ever sell out one day, drop me dead the same night.